You believe he's overrated, and I believe he's highly underrated. Go deep into his mind, and you will actually understand how this world works. He doesn't speak in motivational fluff, and that is why majority of people say things like he's overrated. He speaks the facts, he speaks the reality, he speaks about human psychology. While others build products, Kunal builds around human patterns. He doesn't sell credit, he sells you psychology. And if that doesn't scare you, you aren't listening closely enough. You believe he's overrated, and I believe he's highly underrated. Watch the video till the end to understand why. Chapter 1: The Early Days. Kunal Shah was born in Mumbai in 1983. He studied philosophy at Wilson College, Mumbai, and then chose to do MBA at NMIMS, but later chose to drop out because of family circumstances. Most people don't realize how his philosophy background led to his thinking in today's recent times. His philosophy background shaped him. It made him question almost everything. Why do people act the way they do? What is their motivation behind doing something? Why do Indians behave differently than other parts of the world? His family circumstances was not as good, so he used to do other chores like selling mehendi cones, CDs, and whatever he could get hands around, he could sell it. Hence his salesman ability started to develop at a very young age. He also started a small medical distribution business, and as he was learning more and more, trying to do more and more things, he was trying to create a pattern around all of those with his background in philosophy. Curiosity became the biggest strength and superpower of Kunal Shah. Chapter 2: Free Charge and the First Exit. In 2010, he co-founded Free Charge, a platform where you get discount coupons for recharging your phones. Sounds very simple, right? But this was based on a deep consumer behavior. Indian loves free things and hate paying upfront. Within just 5 years, Free Charge became an instant hit. Everybody was almost using it to recharge their phones through Free Charge. And after 5 years, it was sold to Snapdeal for 2,400 crores, which was a huge amount of money back then and a huge amount of money for Kunal himself. It was one of India's largest exits at that point in time. Then after the exit, there are very many interviews of Kunal that I have seen, and he's like, everybody thinks that after you get that amount of wealth, there is nothing to do in life. You just chill and travel, and there is no purpose in life after that in relation to work. But after spending a year or two just trying to chill and spend good time, he was not feeling happy. Something was wrong with him. He understood very clearly. And after a point of time, he understood that the work is very important for him. Even after the exit, he doesn't need to work, but he chose to start another company called Cred. In that 2 years of period, he traveled a lot. He met very many new people abroad and also sharpened his skills. From somewhere, he got to know that he was already in the fintech industry, and he had an insight that people are misusing credit cards a bit. Credit card companies are making fool of the people. So he found out a problem and he was solving it through Cred. Pay your credit cards bill on time, get rewards. This was the simple value offering that Cred was offering at that time. Finally, in 2018, he launched Cred, and everybody mocked it ruthlessly. Why reward people when people are already paying their credit cards bill on time? This was the narrative that was going on. But behind this as well, there was a deep consumer psychology that Kunal was chasing, and that was status. Kunal strongly believes that status is what drives human behavior. If you make something aspirational, people will work in order to get to that point, achieve that. Cred is of course not about credit. It's about status, exclusivity. Cred became the most talked about fintech startup in India at that time. It also happened to sponsor IPL, and Cred was known by its ads and the marketing that it was doing. Almost in all the social media platforms, their marketing campaigns were viral. Taking the Rahul Dravid campaign, they were trying to infuse creativity in their company. It was not just a regular fintech company, boring business. They tried to create a brand and an aspiration by doing such things and creating a recall value for the consumers. Some people loved Cred, some people hated Cred. But guess what? It created tremendous amounts of value of more than $5 billion. While the people were busy in trolling him, Kunal silently built a strong fintech data engine under Cred. He had the access of India's most elitist people, most smartest people, educated, high earning. He wanted to create a high trust society. India's richest consumer segment is on one app. They spend their money there. They track their money there. So Kunal had very valuable fintech data under his arms. Section 4: Kunal the Thinker. Kunal Shah is not any average founder who spends majority of his time in his office. He is a deep thinker first, then an executive. executor. He thinks a lot more than what he executes, and that's his edge. He talks about topics like time value, time arbitrage, status as a currency, why India is a low trust society, the psychology of incentives, status signaling, and a lot more. His Twitter, if you look at it, is a master class in consumer psychology. Many people say that he sounds vague and abstract, but if you listen to him closely, he's thinking 5 years ahead. Section 5: Controversies, Criticism, and Legacy. Many critics just call him a top. They say Cred doesn't make money. It's just an elite app with flashy ads. But here's the thing: Kunal is not trying to play any conservative conventional game, which everybody is playing. He is building a slow, steady, scalable system around the data engine and try to incorporate multiple business use cases around these high trust, high net worth individuals. Some people build apps, some people build companies. Kunal Shah, he builds the framework to understand the world. If you are a builder, a founder, or even a deep thinker, you must follow the thoughts of Kunal Shah. He is someone you need to definitely study because he proved one thing: understanding human psychology is a superpower in business. I personally take these few pointers out of Kunal Shah's conversation. I've heard almost every of his interviews and podcasts. These are the 5-6 pointers that I'll give you that I personally relate, learned, and kind of apply in my life as well. Number 1 is curiosity. You can achieve anything if you have a curious mind. Ask questions, ask regular questions, deeper questions about anything and everything. Why does this work like this? Why is it so complex? Why am I not understanding this? How does it actually work? Why am I paying so much for this? Why, what, where? Ask in everything. And asking right questions will lead you to getting the right answers. So unless you are asking questions, you are very far-fetched from the answer. So curiosity is the number 1 thing that I gain from Kunal Shah. Number 2 is first principles thinking. He doesn't talk about a lot of futuristic stuff or something vague in the imaginary world. It will happen like this, some hypothesis. No, he's always about common sense and first principles thinking. Why was it like this 100 years before? Why is it not like this still? He wants to solve problem with the use of common sense. There's a quote, right? Common sense is not so common. So number 1 is curiosity. Number 2 is first principles thinking. Number 3 is understanding human psychology. What motivates people to do what they are doing? Why are they behaving in a certain way? Why are they choosing some products over some other product? What is it that is driving them to make decisions? If you understand this, it will help you a lot in your business in understanding what your customers actually want. 4. Apart from doing business, he is also a deep thinker. He spends majority of the time questioning things, reading, learning. So apart from his business, he has a separate personal identity of thinker and a learner. And this is what separates him. Kunal Shah is not just about work. He is much more than Cred, Freecharge, or any other company. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to see such more content. Hit the like button, comment what you think about this and what other future videos do you want. Take care, bye, see you soon.